Hello and welcome to a match of Dota 2! Again, yes, there's matches the whole day. It's good things. And the reason that there's matches the whole day is because we have arrived at the semi-finals now of a 8-round long 4PL Cup number 18. There has been matches the entire day. As I said, we have now reached the point where we will see the second semi-finals of the Cup. We already know the other winner of the semi-finals. Spoiler alert, if you're watching the VOD, mute the sound right now so you know that that there's gonna be a spoiler. Anyway, the winners of the other semi-finals were 25, so we will see WhA taking on them in the finals, or WhA, what am I saying? It's WhA or paiN, because there's two teams here, of course. Wow, did I just say that? Of course, a lot of you people will know paiN. They are the Brazilians, indeed. I know a lot of you people are fans of those, and we're going to see how they're going to be doing up against WhA, the team that we have seen a lot of today already. And we're going to see a lot more of that, and we have indeed, as you saw, an all-pick phase. So we will see who is playing what is being played in general, and how they're gonna do with it and what lanes they're gonna be having with it. I know there's so much stuff to say about it. We'll find out though. We see the Nature's Prophet is picked up by paiN on the dire side. It's gonna be played by MTT. And we see him probably going into the jungle. By the way, he's not brought anything just yet. There we go. Bacillus, he's gonna indeed be going into the jungle. And we will see a question mark playing the Rubik. He's gonna be playing a support together with the Keeper of the Light by the looks of it. Or at least the Keeper of Light is a support Rubik. He could be a support here. In theory, Nature's Prophet could also go towards the bottom lane. They could just leave the bottom lane open as well. But we see ZOYO playing the Keeper of the Light, and the Rubik indeed played by question mark. In the mid lane we have Fuzzy playing a Templar Assassin. And on the top lane we have an anti-mage, and he's going to be played by Fuga. So we will be seeing these two. I'm quite curious to see where they're going to go. They saw the invisibility, and up into the high ground you go! And he has to eat his way out. He's going to be able to do that. But that was funny. Kinda. And that was instantly a sentry word being used for that. Like, they realized that and then bam. He's already gone, but the Illuminate still, well, oh well. Might as well try, right? But yeah, that is the lineup for paiN, as we see already Summeraz in his mid lane, because it's Koikfa that's playing his Queen of paiN in the mid lane. And we are gonna see how he does against this. Looks like he's not gonna be by himself though, as in Fuzzy won't be by himself, because Keeper of Light will be hanging around mid. They will indeed leave the bottom lane open for now. Maybe Nature's Prophet is gonna go there at some point, but for now it's gonna be a semi-tri lane. Left alone, Pimpalicious once again on his Luna. We've seen him play the Luna a lot today already. Atsi on his Shadow Demon, of course. With Sweet Dota on his Chen. We've seen everything before today already. On the top lane, it's gonna be still Bamboo. He's gonna be playing the Magnus. So for all you fans out there who I know you want to be seeing Bamboo, you can. Bamboo will be playing the Magnus on the off lane. Again, I said it a couple of times already in previous games. Personally, I'm not too big of a fan of the Magnus off lanes. We have seen it work though in the previous game. It worked out okay, but we're gonna see if it's gonna work out for WhA in this game. As well, of course, in the Magnus off lane you will get a bit less levels than you are if you are on the mid lane, or at least your levels will be slower. So your level 6 will be slower, so your reverse polarity will be slower. And I have to say, I do like this outfit from the Templar Assassin. Makes her look like Jasmine from Aladdin, but then with dangerous things and stuff, because of course Jasmine was like a princess that didn't hurt anybody. I know. Okay, so I will try to talk a bit slower, because, or at least, I'm not sure if it will be possible to talk slower, but I'll try to breathe more. I don't know, I don't need it apparently, but, you know, I guess you need it, so I'll try. And,
I'll hurry my foe to
you know, I'm open to all kinds of suggestions and improvements and stuff, so I just, you know, if you keep saying those stuff, I'm trying to work on it. Wow, paiN is really making sure that all the wards are just gone every single time. Those counter wards are just there. And Fuzzy, you can be safe again in his meld. I like it. As Koikfa is getting actually quite a bit of an harassment here from the side lanes. But yeah, if you're wondering where I think the first blood's going to be happening, I think it's going to be happening on the top lane, but I'm not sure. I mean, he's out of mana. He can't go with the Skewer anymore, and he's going to be running into some people here. Telekinesis will still be there if needed. Come on. There we go. Illuminate's going to go through as well, and there will be the last hit goes to the anti-mage, and that's going to be painful. As in, oh my god, I'm not going to be making that pun. It's going to be not good for WhA because if you feed that anti-mage, of course, that's the one hero that you don't want to be. What's it? Feeding.
Dyer's bottom
I didn't want to use that
under
word actually,
attack.
because it's not really feeding. It's just I don't know. But if there's one hero that, like I said, you can give some gold to the Nature's Prophet, you can give some gold to the Keeper of the Light, to the Rubik. It's all
Dyer's
annoying, of course. You don't want to be giving gold
in
in general. But anti-mage, I mean, we have seen anti-mage time and time again. The thing is, if you're fighting anti-mage, then you're having this like kind of window that you can win the game in before anti-mage just gets too big. Skewer towards the tower, and actually WhA is going to join him there. He can blink away still though, but taking a lot of damage as he does. But he does have a ring of health, so he's fine. But you know, you have this kind of window that you can win the game in if he's if it's a normal game. I'm not quite sure how it works out with the Magnus, because he might be able to just make sure that anti-mage is going to die a lot, but we'll see. For now, that's indeed not the case just yet, as we of course already saw bamboo dropping instead. But if you feed the anti-mage, that will be well, lowering the time that the window is open, basically.
Dyer's structures are
In the meantime, push is already going on the bottom lane. Of course, as I said every single time, it's with the Luna, with the Chen. You know it is gonna happen. You're gonna get pushed, and especially if you're not gonna have a hero against you. Even though now Nature's Prophet is TPing in there, or at least risking to TP in there. Cancelled it again because it was right in the middle of everybody. Keeper of Light coming in there as well, being scouted out by Yahtzee. As they now know that he's there. Tower goes down. Anti-mage in the meantime getting another kill upon Bamboo, and we're seeing Keeper of the Light. You're getting just forced back. It looks like Asa was still looking for a way in, but is not going to find it anymore. In the meantime, the top lane, as we saw, I mean, it just happened again. No longer there to get that going, and or at least to get a Skewer away, apparently, or at least not getting time for that, and that's going to be another kill. In the meantime, looks like Quickfire is having some time alone, because he is quite low, and he has to be careful not to get hit by the Templars, has some Psyblaze, and not to be getting hit by a perhaps a dive with the refraction on there. But he uses the bottle and the salve as the courier just brought him to him, and he will be fine again. And everything is even again in the land of the mid lane, as we have got the Templar Assassin 24/7 last hits. And Queen of paiN 22 for 8, so very even in this mid lane, I have to say. Of course, there's 2 kills in favor of paiN right now, but both of those are, of course, on Bamboo. Both of those, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna contradict myself here, but it's you know, the story got 2 sides. I mean, the reason why Magnus is still being used on the off lane, even though I personally don't like it, is because when he gets level 6, he still has that reverse polarity. Even if it's a late level 6, reverse polarity is still going to be very powerful to have. So he could make up for everything again later on. I have to say still though, personally I like him in the mid lane because he can be aggressive more early on, and he can be he plays a bigger role if he is on mid, I feel like. Anyway, that was myself contradicting myself, but we'll find out how it's gonna go, as we have actually probably got a smoke going on here. Actually no, they don't have a smoke, they're just waiting here. Maybe they're gonna see if they can find the Nature's Prophet, who's level 5. Not quite sure what the courier did there, but that's fine, he's full on stuff. And they're gonna come in, try to go for Fuzzy here. Fuzzy has an invisibility rune though, so I think she should be fine. There is also oh, why am I going there? I didn't want to go there. There, and it looks like they're not gonna go for this anyway. There are still Sentry Wards up on the Shadow Demon, of course, and if you're gonna gank a Templar Assassin, you're normally gonna bring Sentry Wards anyway, because you can, of course, get that meld out of the way. I'm still gonna go for this though. They're giving up. Fuzzy is being too careful with this movement. If he would be a bit more here-ish, then that would, I know, I can draw. That would be a lot better for him, but he is playing it so careful that he actually made sure that he wasted the times of WhA's player, and they are gonna be not successful in trying to gank there. In the meantime, it's another telekinesis up on Bamboo. Skewer gets WhA with him as well. WhA is actually trying to go for this. He has got his ulti. Might try to go for this. Nature's Prophet's ultimate bouncing through, making sure that he dodges that one, or at least Bamboo dodges that one. It looks like he's gonna be fine. Especially with the salve on paiN, he's gonna be fine as well. On WhA, that is. He's got his Perseverance already, going of course for Bed of Fury. No real surprise there. He just wants to get the maximum out of the farm, and the longer this laning phase takes, the longer, or the better it is for the anti-mage. For anti-mage, I mean anti-mage, okay, he was in a position now to make a very bad from caster point of view thing to say. Let's not do that. But from an anti-mage point of view, the laning phases, if the laning phases properly, is good for him, and for him it is. They cannot last long enough. And so far they're making them longer because I mean, they're shutting down the Magnus. He's level 6 now though. Reverse polarity is up. They might try to go for something. Templar Assassin is not leaving her lane just yet. She's getting okay farm as well. In the meantime, Queen of paiN is not leaving her lane yet either because she wants to be getting ahead in her own lane first. Shadow Demon has tried to gank but has not been able to do so. And the laning phase just continues, as well as the paiN is just sitting on the lane, pushing towers. Everybody is happy with having the laning phase continue, apparently, as Queen of paiN is going to be supported soon. No, actually, Etsy walks away again, as well as WhA is now going to go towards the bottom lane. They want to try to go maybe for paiN. Oh, Illuminate going through. Blink away from Queen of paiN. Should be okay. Quickfire will be fine. As we have got Keeper of Light with this Illuminate. I mean, it hit some creeps, it's nice, but it didn't hit the Queen of paiN. And Quickfire is going to be fine. She has got the bottle. She's got still 1 charge. She's got 2 stick charges. It's just happy. Might as well get the bottle, or let the courier get the bottle again. But the courier is first going to be going towards the bottom lane because it is going to be the boots for Etsy as well as the headrush for WhA. So they're getting some extra gold up on those supports, as well as the smokes, as you can see. Those are there on the courier. So the smokes are there. They might not actually use it instantly, but they could. Yeah, there's 1 smoke. Hello, boots. This is interesting. I know. Etsy. Etsy leaves his boots in the courier. I'm not sure if it's on purpose, but you know, it's funny. We'll find out soon enough. As we've got, of course, I mean, paiN, he's just happily farming. Illuminate now gonna go through. It's actually gonna help paiN slightly because it will push the lane out again, which will mean that paiN is gonna farm a bit more safe earlier on. So that's not that bad. In the meantime, we have got the smoke up. Etsy has used the smoke, still doesn't have the boots though. Yeah, that's gonna be slowing him down, but that's fine. They're looking for something. I don't think they're gonna find it though, because we see the anti-mage. He's being very careful. He's level 8. He's farming so well. And actually, with the kills and the towers are actually still even, but the towers on the bottom lane, not even, this tower is down. But with the kills and stuff and the tower, I'm just gonna put out the net worth already, because it just says so much more, and it says that paiN or Fuga is just very much ahead. Reverse polarity actually though being used. He can still blink away, and he will do so. Demonic Purge might be following up on, but there's no level 6 just on the Shadow Demon. And here's the supports as well. Illuminate will make sure that no pushes can be done, and the Illuminate is actually level 3, so it's a decent level enough to make sure that push is actually not going to happen indeed. And that's a reverse polarity being used. I'm not going to say wasted, because I mean it did make anti-mage get set back slightly. Well, it's not that bad. He didn't die, so he's still happy. In the meantime, Fuzzy is going to be in some trouble as well as Quickfire. Quickfire is actually the one that goes down! Just too much damage going through, and that's even without the face boots up on the Templar Assassin, who's going to still take a lot of damage from that Shadow Strike, actually. Wow. In the meantime, I mean, paiN, he's just having the time of his life. Sometimes the Keeper of Light comes there to push out lane slightly, but sometimes he can just free farm, and he just took the tower there by himself. And it's just you know, bouncing around to go to the jungle, and he's got his bouncing blade, so he's in a good spot right now, and he's gonna be very dangerous. Having said that, if you think late game, anti-mage will still be on top of that. And anti-mage actually got 2 kills, and he's not doing bad either. So we're gonna see that, and still even on farm, even with the towers going down on the side of WhA's Asian. And of course we know that anti-mage, the moment he gets his Battle Fury and his power threats, he needs those actually as well to actually make that Battle Fury count enough. But when he gets those 2, he will be able to farm insanely fast, and that's the reason why anti-mage is just such a dangerous thing to see when he gets farmed, because he gets his Battle Fury and his power threats so easy, so fast, and he should be able to just steamroll that gold per minute up. I don't know, that didn't sound right, but just get that gold per minute more up than it was before. In the meantime, from the side, there comes the Magnus. 5 seconds until another reverse polarity. Keeper of Light already gone, and it looks like Templar Assassin tries to run himself away. Trap goes down. Shadow Strike misses, and a trap is indeed gonna make sure that paiN is not gonna be able to chase down that either. And the tower will still drop though. There's no way that they can stop that from happening, but at least they'll make sure that they won't be able to do more, especially now with that Illuminate coming in there. Actually taking a lot of damage from that, having to use his salve for that one. And that's gonna be a tier 1 tower going down. I mean, they used everything for it. In the meantime, they still have the anti-mage free farming top, who's got his Battle Fury, but as I said, he needs the power threads as well. So we'll see when he gets that complete. His Bamboo has his reverse polarity again, but once again, I mean, he needs more than that. He needs more than just that reverse polarity. They need the Eclipse maybe as well. If they get the Eclipse, no creep wave, reverse polarity, then that might be enough to take down Fuga. Probably should be. Yeah, if that's not it, then I don't know what is. In the meantime, Esther got his boots. Ooh, happy times. Finally got them from the courier. Hasterin up on, ooh, hello. Hasterin up on Koitwa. Skewer. Doesn't hit anything. Or it does. It did, actually. The Nature's Prophet was, oh no. Queen of the one that was there was still able to get away. That was, of course, the Templar Assassin. But the disruption got actually scored away with the Skewer. So that was him only there. And he still died. Nature's Prophet went down. That was the first time that we actually saw him in action. There are 3 kills on the side of paiN, and this is the first time that we actually seen him involved in any of the kills, and that's actually his own, or his own death rather. It's not that ideal. He's going for mechanism, has got it complete if he wants to. He's got his Hand of Midas also already, so he's looking pretty okay at that. And of course, that's one of the bigger differences that they have with. Oh, Shadow Strike still hit. Skewer as well hits. Can he get him? Melt damage? Melt? Is there a melt? There is a melt again if he wants to use it. Not even needing it. But yeah, the difference of course is Nature's Prophet is farming a lot faster than Chen right is now in the jungle, because Chen has been roaming around a lot more. Though I have to say, I mean, Chen also has his mechanism already, so he's in a good place. He's level 6. He doesn't need that much more, as in mechanism and Hand of God are the reasons why you pick up the Chen, or why he's so powerful in the starting phase, in the mid game. So he's okay where he is, and Nature's Prophet of course should be in theory playing a bigger role later on, with being that kind of semi-carry that he could be. In the meantime, it's a Skewer from the Keeper of Light, who will go down. Illuminate still goes through, hits on Atsi, but that's all it does, and I mean the kill still going the way of WhA Asian. And this should also be the last tier 1 tower going down. I mean that's something that WhA Asian is doing consistently. Taking down the towers, and hey, it's Pimplicious, what do you know, he's everywhere. Like everywhere where towers are dropping, actually. 1100 gold, 1500 gold. I mean, we've seen Pimplicious do this. He's going for a Yasha, then a BKB, then a Mantisal. As Skewer again, no TP for you, or is there still going to be a TP for first polarity? Jesus. That was slightly overkill, I feel like, but Nature's Prophet, I mean, he's doing what Nature's Prophet does. Just trying to push, etc. That was the second time he died. I mean, 3 kills and then having 2 of them on the same guy that normally never shows his face is quite interesting to see. Tier 1 tower still dropped on the bottom lane though. It's still pretty good to see in favor of paiN. 1800 gold already up on the Luna, and we see someone being chased down. Disruption will make sure that nobody is going to be chasing anybody anymore anyway. As Fuga's got himself face boots, and it's actually, instead of going for a Blink Dagger, which we see a lot of Templar Assassins do, picked up an Overclock, so might be going for BKB first. Make sure he's at least not going to get screwed anymore. I mean, reverse polarity will still be there, of course. Still have to deal with that one. Are they going to continue going for this? Bamboo's reverse polarity is on cooldown still for another minute, so you can't deal with that one. Here comes Pimplicious. He's happy. He's farming. At the same time, it's time that Anti-Mage has his power treads and has his Battle Fury. So we see him getting ahead on the net worth slightly. Hasn't died yet and has just got that farming spree. And he's going to be very hard to stop right now. And we also see, I mean, the upside for realization for that one is, of course, that they know that they don't have to deal with an Anti-Mage just yet. They know that they have to fight 4 on 5.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And that's going to be good for them. At the same time, they can decide to also let themselves farm 4 on 4. With just Pimplicious continuing farming, but you know, they can make it work to their advantage. They find Fuzzy actually. Blinding Light going through as well, though Illuminate's going to make sure that nobody is chasing that. And that's something, I mean, if you have an Anti-Mage in your team, you know that you want to make it into a late game. So what do you pick up? You pick up heroes that can just make sure that, you know, it's going to be tough for your opponent to try and take towers and to try and tough for your opponent to break your wall, even if it's only tier 3s. It's now tier 2s, but it's at tier 3 towers. When as soon as they try to take those down, it will be very tough to do, because paiN has got. I mean, they've got the Fade. The telekinesis, or the Fade Bolt rather. No, they got the Fade Bolt. They've got the Illuminate. they've got, of course, the keeper of the Nature's Prophet, rather, the Nature's Call, as well as the Wrath of Nature. So they have a lot to make sure they can deal with that. And even Templar Assassin is okay at trying to push out lanes with the Psyblades, trying to push out people from the base. So they need to make the game as long as possible, and they can't do that. And that's where this guy comes into play. So because the time that his team is buying him could be well spent. It makes sense. I know it's just logical, but yeah, it's something that they can do. They have to line up for it. At the same time, the team fight. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be Ruby going down. But the team fight potential that we as Asian have is pretty big as well. I mean, they've got the reverse polarity, they've got the eclipse. If they win a team fight outside the base of paiN, they might be able to take down a tier 3 tower as well. Hand of God actually going through here just to make the creeps back up to life, to make sure that if there's gonna be a fight, they're ready for it. They still have the reverse polarity. Illuminate will still go through again. Keeper of Light has to be careful though. In the meantime, here also comes Templar Assassin as well as Nature's Prophet, thinking about going in. But where are they gonna go in? Illuminate going through, Queen of paiN blinking out of there, still taking some damage. And there comes the Sprout up on Bamboo. He's able to squirrel himself away though. Fuzzy has to, well, it's actually has to run away there, or has to try to chase Bamboo. Hello, WhA. And that's a killing spree going the way of Anti-Mage. In the meantime, Disruption trying to help out. Queen of paiN still alive there as well. Illuminate going through. Didn't hit anything. He will be sent home, so we'll be fine. In the meantime, this is WhA joining the fight, even with being not as farmed as you might be expecting him to. Here comes Pimpalicious as well, though. Eclipse, and that's 1 down. That's 2 down. Double kill for Pimpalicious, and that's the reason why. Also, I mean, this is just what this should be a man fight right here, right now, because I mean, both of these heroes normally don't come out of their jungle just yet, or out of their farming zone. Or at least Luna maybe sometimes do, but Anti-Mage normally not. Anti-Mage actually picked up a Vladimir's offering, which is interesting, because normally he lets it to his teammates to do that, and he just goes for those carry items with the Manta style, with the heart, you know, those kind of things. But picking up a Vladimir's offering makes him say, like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna have time to farm everything I want, so why not get the Vladimir's offering right now, and make sure I'm a bit more survivable inside the jungle and in farming in general. At the same time, Pimpalicious, you saw it properly, he now has a BKB, he had 4k gold earlier. That's a pretty farmed Luna. But you see the difference. It's just spiking up, you see the gold per minute spiking up. They realize Anti-Mage's in their jungle though, and they're gonna try to take him down. Anti-Mage has got a blink, is gonna try to TP out, but there is the disruption, the reverse polarity, and that is gonna be his first kill on the Anti-Mage, and that is gonna be just nice perception from the WhA Asians, because they are making sure that they are indeed gonna be able to kill him off. Knew that he was in the jungle. TP out from Anti-Mage wasn't in time. The blink away should have been first. He could have gotten away, but he just wasn't aware. No wards there. Telekinesis now on Bamboo. Ran into some unfriendly heroes. He's got a blink dagger, by the way. Might be able to try to go for something as a Shadow Strike hits on the Keeper of Light still. Can they go for this? Sentry Ward goes down as well. There goes the Disruption, the Soul Catcher. It is Fuzzy that's gonna be the target. But he turns around, goes for the Queen of paiN, but it's a TA that still drops. Queen of paiN still alive. Hand of God helping out. Illuminate flying through. Can they do something now that the Anti-Mage and the Templar Assassin are gone? The Illuminate is still gonna be there though, so it's not gonna be a creep, or sorry, not gonna be a tier 3 tower, but it might be a Roshan instead. And it looks like, wow, that's an awkward sight. Looks like they are gonna go for that. And with that kill they did on the Anti-Mage, look at the difference in the gold per minute. This is just dropping. He was ahead of that Luna, but now not anymore. It's the experience graph, by the way. It's 8 for 5 kill. This is not a kill heavy game.
Has fallen to the Radiant.
This is not a kill heavy game, so the experience is fairly even. It's at 0. As the gold graph itself, it's a bit more in favor of WhA Asian. That's of course mostly due to the towers that are down on the side of paiN. So you're gonna have to take that with a pinch of salt right there. As the net worth is actually now with that Roshan. It is Luna that is in favor of that one, and quite a lot as well. Is there something on the courier? Yeah, there is something on the courier. I was gonna say that's a bit more than it should be. So that Yasha is gonna be brought towards the Anti-Mage, and he needs that. Not sure if he actually regrets having that Vladimir's offering, but you know, he has it now. He has to deal with it, and he has to get his Manta style and his heart maybe later on. Manta style is gonna be first, as the Yasha is indeed now complete, as you saw. We've got 1k gold up on the Chen, who's probably gonna go for a for Aghanims, most likely. Of course, he's gonna be one of those heroes that just wants to be able to throw out his ultimates as much as possible. And yeah, I mean, normally I say that when there is a lot of team fighting going on, but it seems like both of these teams are happy with waiting. I mean, we know that paiN is happy with waiting. They've got an anti-mage. They've got reason to. But it seems like WhA also. I mean, they're not as aggressive as I thought they might be, as they still get the Nature's Prophet there. Couldn't get away with that disruption there, and the Pimpalicious helping out Soulcatcher on there. No chance, no hope of survival. But it is, it's quite surprising to see that WhA is, I mean, they're systematically pushing down towers, don't get me wrong. They are trying to fight. I mean, they're just saying, you know, come fight us, otherwise we'll take your tower. And they keep taking towers, but they're not, like, they're smoking up. They're not looking for those kills, apart from that anti-mage, of course. I mean, they did look for that one, and they found him as well. And they do get the last tier 2 tower standing on the map on the side of paiN as well, but they're not as aggressive as I thought that they might be. Considering that they are up against an anti-mage, and that window that I was talking about is closing at some point. But they seem to be okay with that, considering they have the reverse polarity, as said at the start also. I mean, that might be enough to take him down. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't. And it will really depend on where the fights are going to be happening, and what's at stake. Is it going to be a Roshan that's at stake? Is it going to be a tier 3 tower? And that's again, depending on where the fights are happening. Blink away from Koifa, trying to stay alive as he's being chased down. He's already slowed down. Koifa. What? Okay. Oh, blinking away, blinking after. Skewer, hello. Well, if you can't find anything, then at least go for the Keeper of Light, reverse polarity. And there you go, Bamboo. That's how you do it. That's how you kill stuff. He's gonna run into Fuzzy there with Fuzzy. Just some harassment, but here also comes Fuga. And it's gonna be Magnus that drops. And Pimpalicious on the way out should be able to stay alive though. Or is he still gonna go for something? He's got locked in, but he has an eclipse, but it doesn't matter. He goes down. There goes a disruption still on the Soulcatcher as well. Fuga blinking himself away. Age is now already gone. Fuzzy being slowed down, getting a demonic purge up on him. Sonic Wave going through, and that's Fuzzy going down. Well, there was no demonic purge, was still slow, and that's gonna be Nature's Prophet going down as well. Or is it? There's gonna be another blink again shortly, and that's gonna be the vision that all that was needed. Pimpalicious able to throw down a Lucent Beam, and that's gonna be 2 kills going the way, well, 3 in total going the way of WhA. I mean, it started off with Bamboo just jumping in there, going for a Keeper of Light, using everything he had on the Keeper of the Light. But just that overextension made sure that there was actually an overextension in return that was more painful for paiN. And then the overextension from Bamboo was for WhA. If that makes sense. I hope it does. In my head it does, and that's what's most important to me. Illuminate will fly through in the meantime. I mean, the fortification already went off. That's at least a small victory that WhA was able to get. But yeah, like I said, it's very tough to push up onto the high ground. If there's gonna be Illuminators, there's gonna be Fate Bolts and stuff. I mean, it's difficult. Fate Bolts and Illuminates are 2 of the more turtling abilities that you can have, and they have them. And of course, at the same time, they've also got the Nature's Prophet, who can let go of some wrath of natures. I can say just ulties, just to push the lanes out slightly as well. So it's a tough lane to line up to push into. As in the meantime, Anti-Mage has got himself a Mantis Style. We saw that in the previous fight as well, I believe. In the meantime, we see them going for a target. It's gonna be another Keeper of Light. They really dislike this Keeper of Light, don't they? Illuminate will still go through. It looks like Keeper of Light will be just fine. Oh, oof, close. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. As we see Fuga gonna have to blink himself away, does do so, and we'll make sure that the rest of WhA cannot find him anymore. Probably needs to TP back soon though. It looks like WhA are looking for another fight. They've got the reverse polarity again with that blink initiation. They've got another eclipse again in 20 seconds, as well as the Mantis Style completed on the Luna, and they're looking to go for this. They're gonna go for the tier 3. Blinding Light still going through, some misses going on there. And we have Anti-Mage just waiting for the creep wave, making sure that they don't have another creep wave to push in with, which is of course very nice, because then the backdoor protection will be on and they can't do anything anymore. And especially if they notice that the Anti-Mage is there, which they just did, they can't just go on it anymore. So that's a good solution there, without being forced to fight, because that's something that they don't want to do. I know. Sorry for rambling on. Oof. But yeah, right now it looks like we do see WhA being slightly worried about that window closing. Oh, Gem of Truth tied up on the Shadow Demon. Illuminate going through. It's just constant. It's just constant counter push. And in the meantime, WhA is doing the job that you might be thinking that the Nature's Prophet should be doing, but he is just happy doing this. He's got 2k gold. He's gonna force the opponents to either TP back, and he's now realizing that there's a lot of heroes missing from the map, so he blinks away. Gonna be waiting again to see if people are actually gonna be doing that. They see the Shadow Demon moving towards that, and he now knows that there's a ward because Nature's Prophet ultimate healed him, and there's CP's in. And now WhA, you better run. Where are you running to? What are you doing? It's gonna be fine. But that's I mean, that is so annoying from the lineup from the Dire team. And I mean, they don't even need to have a TP up on the anti-mage because they can even recall the anti-mage back with the Keeper of the Light if he's just standing in the jungle, and he can just get recalled and stuff. And they can just make sure that they constantly split push. Or at least anti-mages can make sure that there's no fight. Because that's the thing that of course paiN doesn't want to have. They don't want to fight. Oh, again, Bamboo? Don't use the reverse polarity for him. Thank you. Man on leak up on Bamboo. Standing still. He has a regen room though. He's not too worried about that. But that was almost Keeper of Light going down again. Still got an Illuminate flying through, but you know, it's yeah. As at least Keeper of Light that is gonna be backing off, is gonna be staying alive for now. In the meantime, paiN has got 3,900 gold again, at 4k now already. So we're gonna see what he's gonna go for next. As he probably wants to have some damage out of maybe an MKB, if he's already anticipating that maybe perhaps Anti-Mage at some point wants to go for something like a butterfly. You have to be able to counter that, so you just need a bit of damage. We're gonna see though if he's gonna be doing that. It's gonna be a butterfly for himself, so that's gonna be someone else having to go for an MKB at some point on the opposing team, because I mean that's something that you have to be doing. You're gonna have to be able to kill your opponent, and to do that you have to be able to pierce through the evasion. 2,900 gold, 3k gold up on the anti-mage already, so we'll soon see if it's gonna be a hard for him or a more pure damage item. But I think it's gonna be a hard, because he needs to be able to stay alive against all the burst damage that comes out from the realizations. As I just have to point out, by the way, that realization actually do not have an Asian right now, because the Asian is on holiday, I believe.
Killing spree.
Be a little babe.
And that was a kill. Jen on the killing spree of all people. But I saw Nature's Prophet standing here. I thought he was going to TP out. Probably not doing that. Nature's Prophet, I have to say, he's not have that big of an impact in the game. As you can see here also, he is 073. He's been in 3 kills out of everything. Now normally you would see Nature's Prophet in a lot of kills, because he can just Nature's Wrath and help out with kills like that. I have to say though, I mean he's been in half of the kills. It sounds a bit better. There was only 6 kills on the side of paiN. But it's quite surprising to see him doing the way he does. He's died 7 times, which is quite a lot, and it's actually, I mean, he's been in half of the kills on his side, but he's also been in half of the kills of the opposing team, and that's not something that you want to be. As we see, oh, that was actually disruption. It's anti-mage. They want to go for him. paiN, WhA, dead. There you go. And there wasn't even a reverse polarity use, and now they can do without the anti-mage. He has to buy back probably. He's gonna be forced to buy back, because here comes WhA's Asian. They want to do this. They can. They don't have to deal with an anti-mage. Reverse polarity, blink in, skewer to the low ground, hits on 2, and that's the 2 supports, 2 dead. Telekinesis is still there, but it doesn't matter. Where's the buyback? There's the buyback. Is there gonna be more? There needs to be more. Tier 3 tower, gonna be the target, gonna be already dead before the rest goes on. There's still a fortification if they want to use it. Here comes Fuzzy with his BKB on. But at the same time, paiN, I mean, he doesn't care about BKBs. He's got physical damage. He's a happy bunny, just with all the bouncy blades. Look at this. It's just insane. His butterfly is complete. That's just him showing off, and he is showing off, and he is getting the barracks, and the anti-mage buying back is not worth it apparently at all, because he can't do anything, and they go for another tier 3 tower. Should be able to get it as well, especially with the centaur standing around here tanking it up. It's going to be Ati that picks up the tower money, and the bouncing blades go through, and that should be the end of the second set of racks. And this is just going really fast. All of a sudden, WhA is Asian, making sure that this spike up is going to be continuing to spike up. Disruption still there, trying to help out, creating some more anti-mage's illusions out of the anti-mage's illusion. Mantis style illusion, that was. But that's 2 set of racks, and that's just 1 death that they got in the anti-mage. 1 death, 1 kill is all it took for them to just push ahead. This is the experience graph that it results in. It's just bam, upwards. Bam, upwards. It's all going in favor of WhA Asian, and that's gonna be... I mean, Luna herself, I just noticed, hasn't died yet. She's doing amazingly well. She's been, of course, she's been very safe. She's been farming for a lot of the time, and she's coming into fights late in the fights, and then just going for the eclipse and just running through and killing people. A very safe approach, I have to say. She might actually be trying to go for a solo kill, but looks like this is dangerous because you can just walk in there. He realized that as well. Let's take a look. Gold per minute actually also in favor of the Luna. We also have the net worth in favor of the Luna, and that is gonna be there's gonna be quite a lot of gold in her favor right now as the Blinken and is forward towards the low ground. Hello, Keeper of the Light. I don't know. Shio keeps getting found. He will probably die. Still has a mana leap, but you know, Shadow Demon's demonic purge, I believe it was. Yep, and it's gonna be getting the kill. And that was a very clear fight, and it should be opening up Roshan for WhA Asian. WhA Asian, of course, they only have to deal with one set of racks on the bottom lane. In the meantime, they know that their opponent team has got the other lanes to worry about, so they can't leave their base too long. Antime is level 20, he's not able to cut it just yet, he's not farmed enough, just not farmed enough, not able to carry his team just yet. And of course, I mean, getting caught out like he did just now. Again, Roshan just vanishes. But yeah, getting caught out like he did earlier is just not something you can afford at that time. And let's see if they can do it again, this time with everybody up on the side of paiN. Can they do it? Are they gonna try? We know that Bamboo wants to. He's building towards a refresher, by the way. He's got his almost complete. Just needs 450 gold. Eliminate going through. It's gonna be the tower first. Like, okay, you know what? Nobody's standing right here, so we can just do the tower. Blinding Light's gonna try and slow down slightly. Nature Prophet's ultimate bouncing through. Here comes the TP, and it's a TA. Let's see what she can do. Pops a beacon, be looking for a target. Melt damage doesn't hit because there's a ghost scepter up on there. Who can he hit then? Eclipse going through as well, as we have a Keeper of Light, of course, going down as well as the tower. And it's gonna be Fuzzy. No more BKB drops as well, and that will be Rubik on the way out. Sonic Wave will clear him up. Antimate's still alive, but what can he do? Nobody died yet on the side of WhA Asian, and they're just killing stuff. And now reverse polarity up on the Anti-Mage, who does go down. And the only one left alive is the one who just bought back. It is a Templar Assassin. He did buy back, didn't he? Yes, he did. The one that bought back, the one that it started all with. And the GG, well played, goes out because there's no more barracks left, no more heroes left, and it will be WhA Asian that will be up against, spoiler alert for people that are watching the VOD, will be up against 25 in the grand finals of the 4PL Cup, number 18. And we will be seeing that either just right now, it depends on the teams, because it's best out of 3. Depends on when the teams want to play. There is a chance that they want to have it at a different time. It looks like it might be today, so that will mean a best out of 3 between 25 and WhA Asian. Should be a great one. My name is Sheever. I'm a Ghost Gamers caster. If you want to support me, subscribe to my YouTube, which is youtube.com/SheeverGaming. You can also support me by following me or liking me on Facebook/Twitter, and both are under the name of SheeverGaming. So make sure you check that out and stick around for another game of Dota 2, probably best out of 3 for the grand finals. Don't go anywhere.